Good afternoon. Good afternoon, guys. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Pilosopo podcast. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Jr. And today we have one of the most successful real estate brokers with over 20 billion in total sales under her name together with her group. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Azela Honor.
Hello, sir.
Hi, and thank you so much for taking time off from your very busy schedule, selling homes and real estate and all that stuff. Thank you so much for being here with us in the Pilosopo podcast. It is my honor indeed to meet you, a very successful real estate broker with over 20 billion in sales under your team. Azela, take us through the background of your youth. Take us through what prepared you for being a gritty, young, successful real estate broker in Cebu, in this very competitive city. Tell us about your background and how it prepared you for this.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Sir Jake, I was born and raised in Negros Occidental in the city of Sipalay.
Okay.
And I'd like to greet everyone hello and good
Sipalay.
afternoon in that beautiful city. Our city is I think it's like a far-flung area in the province of Negros Occidental. It's 4 hours away from Bacolod and 4 hours away from Dumaguete.
Mm-hmm.
I had a very interesting and very challenging youth when I grew up. I used to sell also in the market, anything vegetables
In the mercado?
in the mercado.
Okay.
And maybe that is considered as one of my
Why did you end up selling in the mercado back then?
we had this market ano tawag doon, booth, parang may booth.
Okay.
Parang we have a space to sell vegetable.
Okay.
My mother is a teacher and my
Okay.
father has this meat shop and chicken shop in the market.
Okay,
And we
okay.
also have a vegetable
Okay.
booth in the market.
So were these vegetables your own plants, or did you just source them out from somewhere?
No, we source them up.
Okay. So how old were you when you started selling tomatoes?
I think I was
And why tomatoes?
I was 13, 14, 15
Okay.
years old.
Wow.
We had tomatoes, we had vegetables, and other dry goods.
Okay.
So I used to sell on the weekends.
This is in Negros, right?
Yes, in Negros.
Okay.
So I think that's a little bit background about selling when I was young.
So you already had like a little background selling tomatoes.
Yes.
So what led you? What force or forces led you to Cebu?
My family is into medical professions. My cousins are nurses, medical technologists. So I went here to Cebu for college degree. I studied Bachelor in Science in Radiologic Technologist in Cebu Doctors University. I graduated, and then I also work as a radiologic technologist for 3 years in Cebu Doctors Hospital. And then every one of us, Sir Jig, is actually like looking forward for a greener pasture, and we are all thinking that we can only find that abroad. So I was prepared to go abroad, but then and again, maybe circumstances lead me to real estate instead.
So what were the circumstances that led you to stay here in these beautiful islands of the Philippines instead of leaving for abroad?
When I had my chance to apply for a work as a
Okay.
radiologic technologist in the United Kingdom,
Uh-huh.
I was luckily accepted along with my colleagues. And then I passed the exam, the English exam, and other exams that was given. But during the time that I received my visa, it was misspelled.
Misspelled.
And fortunately, fortunately for me, I also during that time I also discovered that I was pregnant
Okay.
with the first baby,
Okay.
my first baby with my husband.
Okay.
So maybe the world conspired for me not to proceed.
Okay. So you not only not only misspelled your name in the application,
Yes.
but you also got pregnant. So those two things stopped you from leaving to the United Kingdom?
Yes, I was really reluctant to continue the job in the United Kingdom since I was then 23 years old and I
23
was
years
so
old,
scared.
23 years old, pregnant, and you have a lost opportunity to work abroad in the United Kingdom in the course that you studied for years, and you decided to stay here. So what was it that you were thinking at that time when you had this lost opportunity?
Not that not just not just the degree that I think I really think that being a radiologic technologist and having this chance to get pregnant, to have a baby, and to raise a family, I realized that it is so dangerous for my pregnancy, and it is not really suitable for a mom like me who would like to have a lot of kids. Actually, right now I have 4 kids to be exposed to radiation, and so I decided right then and there when I found out that I was pregnant to resign from my job, and
Okay.
then I realized that I needed to have another job from a different field.
So, take us through the those moments when you were figuring out what field, since you could not anymore take up radiology or rad tech as a career because number one, they misspelled your darn name, and you could not leave for the United Kingdom, and number two, you were pregnant. So, what were you thinking? I mean, like you went to school and suffered through all those
True,
years to
true,
even I think there's a board examination for RadTech, right?
true.
So you passed the board exams and wakasayangi?
It just not just passed. I
Okay.
topped the board
Wow,
exam.
congratulations.
Um, Going back to the journey, it was actually better said than done.
Okay.
So when I realized that this course is not for me, I felt so sorry for my mom and for my parents because I know they've been trying their best to send me to Cebu Doctors University,
Yeah.
one of the top universities of Cebu, and I know it's not that easy to send someone to school and to have me and my siblings also all together in college. And then I realized that I needed to have a job or a business that can earn me more than what I'm supposed to be earning in the UK.
Okay.
And so that was very clear to me that I needed to find a business that can earn me more than. But I did not know yet what business. And maybe fortunately, I was led to Boston.
Boss. Oh, you mean
Boss Anthony Leoterio,
okay.
the CEO and the founder of Filipino Homes. That was way back 2010.
So
I
what
met
what
him.
what were the choices? I mean, like were you choosing between selling, water or land or whatever? Like what were the choices that you were presented?
When I was looking for these opportunities, I went from MLM to MLM, and then
What's M&L? What's that?
the multi-level marketing.
Ah, multi-level
the
marketing, okay.
networking,
Okay, oh,
something like
networking,
that.
okay,
So,
okay.
and everything there, I did not want,
Okay.
and so I continue my search for this opportunity, and then fortunately, I met Boss Tonton through the internet, through Facebook, and then in one of our discussions, he invited me to join the new agents orientation.
Okay.
So I was then an agent under Filipino Homes. But way back 2012, I had the chance to get an exam for brokers, and fortunately, I passed.
So wait a minute. So you were looking for at multi-level marketing and then real estate. Those were the only two opportunities that you saw back then.
During my during
You're
my
soul searching.
searching,
You're
yeah,
soul
yeah.
searching, so to speak.
During my
So
searching,
did you also try to sell multi-level marketing? Did you get
I
into
did
that?
not because
Did you enroll in one of those?
maybe it did not captured my heart. The business did not captured my heart, so I did not pursue. I attended seminars, trainings, but I did not work it out.
Okay.
And I tried to find another one, and then I was presented real estate through Boston.
Okay.
And then eventually I fall in love with the business. I learned that it's easier than the other way, and then I find it more fulfilling to my part and to my client's part, and so I
So here you are, top notcher in rad tech. You've already worked your ass off in school. Also, actually worked as a rad tech employee for 2 3 years. Now you're going into real estate. Wasn't that kind of strange? Isn't that like a total 180-degree turn from the medical field to selling real estate? Did you find the uh, the change of scenery intimidating and daunting?
It's actually it's actually a change that from scratch.
Okay.
So all those hard works, all those sleepless nights when I went to school, I I started from scratch again. So I think it was I was not able to use all of that. So
So
this field is totally different field from
so
what
when
I
you
am prepared to do.
so when you finally decide to work as a real estate agent or broker, take us through the first few months or first year of the business. How did you feel, and how was it? Did you start, uh, you know, busting out of the gates running, or was it like a slow climb to the top?
During my first year, that was 2010, I find it very interesting because I met a lot of people, and luckily those people, those clients of mine, those first batch of clients, became my friends. And then I feel so like comfortable doing the business since I get a lot of friends, and then they were so good, they were so nice. Those first batch of my clients, I did not have a problem at all with them. And so I realized that this is what I'm looking for, a job, and not just for the income, but the time was so flexible.
Okay.
I can manage the household chores. I can manage to send my kid in school, and then I can manage everything. No one will demand a time from me, and then it's so flexible. And I realize also that the income opportunity is so big and unlimited if I just work it out. And so my first year is my realization year that I should focus more and work hard for this job. And then I really learned to love the job.
Okay, so this was 2010, right? When you first
Yes.
started in real estate. So what were your sales like, and what did you improve on that got you to where you are now, 20 billion or plus or 22 billion in sales under your group? What did you need to improve looking back? What were the things that you were not so good at? What were you weak at? And then what did you do to improve them?
During the time, I used to sell 1 to 2 units a month,
Okay.
my personal sales. And then I thought I needed to maximize the use of social media. So I began to utilize social media functions to its best,
Okay, like
so
what, for
that I can
example?
use it for marketing.
Okay.
So we use the posting, we use the page, we use the messaging, and other stuff like that
Uh-huh.
through social media. And it really helps the sales increase every year. And then I was tasked to build a team since 2012. I became a broker. So I was tasked to build a team. I slowly create a team, manage a team, and then I encourage some of them to take also the broker's exam. And right now they are
So going back to my question, what's it that you were weak at? What was it that you were not so good at, that you needed to improve? Because obviously, your sales have increased year after year, right? So you must have done something and improved on something.
yeah.
So what do you think? What part of your skill set improved that allowed you to grow the business?
Actually, even right now, it's still a work in progress.
Of
So
course, yeah.
every time, I focus more. I give more time to the business. I allow myself to immerse in the internet more,
Okay.
and then I allow myself to explore more and connect and reconnect to the people whom I used to have connections with.
Okay.
And it really helps in the business.
So your friends back in the day, your friends in
Yes,
high school,
fr-
your friends in college,
Friends in
childhood
college,
friends, and all that stuff.
neighbors.
Okay.
family, friends.
Sometimes it's not enough to focus. I think some people focus on the wrong things, right? I think what's important about focus is focus on the right things. So, what do you think were you focusing on that made you so successful? And what shouldn't they focus on that'll derail them from succeeding? What do you think? What is
I-
it that you were focusing on?
in this industry, I just learned to be very honest. You have to be very honest with yourself, with your clients, and with your business partners. And then next to that is you really have to work it hard.
Work hard.
Nothing comes easy. Yeah,
Okay.
you have to work hard.
What sort of hard work are we?
Develop the passion
How
for the
what kind
business.
of hard work are we talking about? Like talk to as many clients as you can. Like what do you mean by work hard?
Yes. Talk to as many clients as you can. Make an effort to connect with other people. Make an effort to network with groups.
Did you do it exclusively on social media, or you also attended parties and all that stuff?
Everything related to connection, like in social media, and of course outside the internet also. Making real relationships to people.
So you did also sort of attend parties. So you were not
Reunions.
You were not exclusively looking for clients online.
Yes.
Your parents and together with your siblings worked so hard to put you to college, to Cebu Doctors, and graduate Radtech, and in fact you had an opportunity to work abroad, but fortunately you were not able to leave for the United Kingdom. What did your parents say? And then did you have like the talk like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna be a Radtech. My career is not gonna be in Radtech. I'm gonna sell real estate. What did your mom and dad say?
At first, I really told them my realization that, hey, this profession, I cannot practice this. I realized that I am pregnant, and then this radiation, I cannot risk the life of my son or my daughter
Okay.
during the time. And then I explained to them, and they actually understand.
Okay.
But I told them that I'm going to find something better.
Okay.
And then
So once you told them what it was, what did they say?
and they I think they understood me, and then they were very supportive, and I know they are very proud of me right now.
Congratulations! Imagine 20 billion in sales under your name and your group. You lead a group, a big group of real estate agents, brokers, and sales agents, numbering 500 or so, right? You mentioned earlier during our pre-interview. Is it difficult to run a group of 500 individuals, especially that you're a woman leading a huge group? Was it an advantage? Was it a disadvantage?
It's an advantage for me.
Okay.
I find it my strength to be the woman because I'm handling 95% women also.
Okay.
So my team is composed of 95% women and around 5% men.
Okay.
And these women are just like me, a mother, a wife, and they are also multitaskers like me. So we can relate more to each other. I understand them more, their emotions, their concerns, their time, and everything. And so maybe that's the strength and that's the secret why our group is so successful. Because we are on the same level, all of us.
95% of your team are
95%.
are all women.
Women.
Wow. What do you think are the qualities of a good salesperson? Not just for real estate. Let's make a general statement. Generally, because I know you're also good at selling tomatoes when you were 13 years old, right? And now you're selling real estate. Not quite tomatoes, but still a lot of selling involved. So, what do you think? What do you think are the key elements of a successful sales agent?
To become successful, I think we need to develop the passion to what we do. So first of course we have to pray.
Okay.
Pray for signs, pray for enlightenment, pray for strength. And then when you finally found it, finally find the right business, the right career, the right path for you, You have to develop that
Okay.
passion to learn more about the business, and then productivity will always follow. But during the passion, before the productivity, there will always have the time for process. And sometimes that process time is the hardest time, because sometimes that's the time when most of the people back out because they did not see the result immediately. So the processing time, that's very critical in anything that you are developing. So you have to pray, develop the passion. If you are in the process time, you have to wait for the productivity, because productivity will always follow after.
When you say develop the passion, what do you mean by that? So you mean to say you were not passionate about selling real estate in the beginning, and so you needed to develop it?
Yes.
And what was going through your mind? What were the self conversations that you had? Because it's not easy to develop passion
That's
for
true,
for
Sir
anything, right? Especially if it's
That's
something
true.
that you don't do naturally. I mean, like you're a rad tech.
I was not prepared for this.
Yeah,
I
so
was prepared to becoming a rad tech.
exactly. So
I was so in love with imaging,
yeah.
with looking at CT scans, with looking at the
So what?
results
So
of,
what were the soft conversations that you had when you
and then
when
when I
you
find this opportunity and I know this is the opportunity that I'm looking for, I want to attend to my kid. I want to attend to the house. I want to have this financial freedom, time freedom, and this is it. But I don't love this job. So I have to develop my passion and love for this
so
job.
how was that process like?
I attended trainings, I attended seminars, I attended a lot of how do you call that? It's like motivational trainings so that I can develop the passion for
Okay.
this. And I also learn from online, YouTubes, and then I read books. What are the advantages of becoming a real estate agent or salesperson for your client? What's in it for them? If you're going to serve them better or best, you can do. So
When you said earlier, when it's during the process, you have to be patient. What do you mean by the word process in that case? Is it you mean like when there are challenges in
yes,
in your journey?
in this journey, when you are already in the developing of your passion, you're in the training, you are in the trying stage,
Okay.
trying to reach for people, trying to reach for client, trying to build relationships. Sometimes the productivity will not result immediately. Sometimes there's a delay, and that delay, that's the process.
Okay.
And most of the people are so impatient, they cannot wait for the result or the productivity. They tend to move out and find
Quit,
another
right?
job,
Quit, yeah.
quit immediately. So that's the very critical
I think what
stage.
you're talking about here is grit, right? You need to be
Yes.
gritty and keep on keeping on even when the going gets tough. In your journey as a top real estate agent here, um, what was the most difficult part, most challenging part of your journey so far? Anyway,
So far, I don't think I had one.
so you haven't had like a major shakeup, major tumult in your journey yet so far.
So far, I did not have a major tumble that I could say that I would want to quit. No, not yet.
Not yet.
And
Thank
hopefully
goodness, right?
not. Maybe because I also learned to develop this flexibility. If it's negative, then we really have to focus on the positive side of it.
Give us an
If
example.
you cannot close that sale that you've been working for 3 months,
Okay.
then you just have to settle with the positive side, the learning that you get from that sale.
Okay.
Instead of saying, I would like to quit because I spent so much on this negotiations and I spent 3 months on these negotiations and it's all gone.
So focus on the bright side of things, right?
Yes.
So for example, if you don't close the deal, just focus on what you've learned in that deal, or maybe look for another one, right?
Correct.
So that you can get over that the heartbreak of losing a deal.
Yes.
Were you always like this? Was this positive
That's me.
positive how do you call this outlook on life always you, or was this something that you developed through time?
That's me.
Okay.
Ever since
So in a
I
way,
I
you
can
didn't
easily let go.
you didn't learn that from somebody. You were always like even as a young woman.
Yes, I can say yes.
Here in the Philippines, the traditional setup is the man is the breadwinner, man of the house, makes the money, and the woman
Bring foods to the table and all that.
takes care of the kids and all that stuff. Of course, it's 2019 and things have changed dramatically, not just here in the Philippines but all over the world. We men and women are now being treated equally as not just as breadwinners, but as family members. It's really 50-50, so to speak. How is it in your case? Uh, is it do you still uh, assume the role of the traditional woman in the family, or are you now leaving more to your partner, to your husband?
Of course, my priority is still my family.
Okay.
Still my family. I still run the household,
Okay.
and then I still do the grocery.
Okay.
We still oversee the kids' foods and everything about that. So me and
Nothing
my
has changed
husband,
in terms of your role
yes,
as a woman.
me and my husband is still working with our specific roles
Okay.
in the family.
Okay.
So, and I think that's the best about real estate. You get to have more time for that.
So, how much time is more time? When you're real estate freelancing as a real estate agent, what are the number of hours that are required to succeed in this industry? Like, for example, how many hours do you work every day?
I work 8 to 12 hours a day,
Okay.
but that's flexible time. So if my kids needs me in school, I can be there, and then I can work in the afternoon and the nighttime. So on my vacant days, I can also do my business. But the best part of it, if my kids needs me in school or needs me somewhere else to be there,
You can
I
just
can
be
be
there.
there. Yeah.
Okay. We have a lot of people watching this interview right now, Azela, and they're also going through perhaps the same tumultuous experience that you had back in 2010 when you were pregnant, you were about to leave for the United Kingdom. You, like most of Filipinos, think that there's always greener, the grass is always greener abroad, and you would like, most of the Filipinos would like to work abroad if given the opportunity, because they don't feel that there's enough opportunity here in the Philippines. La di da, I'm sure you guys can relate to it. What do you have to tell these people that would like or are thinking of leaving one of these days the Philippines, their country of birth, to work somewhere else? What's your message to them?
First and foremost, I think we all need to pray for what God has planned us to do. That's what I did first.
Okay.
I went to Redemptorist. I
Okay.
prayed after I passed my resignation. I went to Redemptorist. I prayed for His enlightenment, and then when you see a chance, you have to grab that and you have to try. The trying is sometimes the most challenging part. People don't want to try things that are not familiar to them, but sometimes the unfamiliar will lead us to better opportunities and better deals.
So you think what you set out to do, of course, in the beginning was to make money more than what you would have made had you worked in the United Kingdom, right? Tell us, do you think you're making more money now than you would have made if you were working in the United Kingdom?
Absolutely, yes. I'm making more than what I was expecting actually.
In the United Kingdom. So, do you regret not leaving for the United Kingdom as a RadTech employee working in a props hospital here in the United Kingdom? Do you regret that at
Not
all?
at all. I love to be in the Philippines. And I'm pretty sure that most of the people who are working abroad would love to be in the Philippines if only they can have the same income. We'd love to go abroad, but only for vacations and explore the place. But nothing beats home. Our families are here, our relatives are here, our friends are here, and this is our place.
What is your final message to all those men and women, Azela, who would like to find the career of their dreams here in the Philippines? Do you have a final message for them?
If you guys think that where you are right now and what you are right now is not yet the thing that you've been praying for, you still have to look for it.
Okay.
If you are praying for something that you are not yet right now, continue looking for that opportunity. Continue to seek for that opportunity and continue to pray until you have the sign. And then if you already see the sign,
Okay.
you have to grab it and try it, even if you are not prepared for it.
Just try it, right?
Just try it.
And maybe you'll make it, right?
And maybe, just maybe, you can exceed more than what they are expecting you to do.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the top real estate brokers here in Cebu with over 22 billion under her name, under her team, Azela Honor. Thank you so much. I know you're a very busy person, Azela. Thank you so much for taking time off from your very busy schedule to join us here today. Of course, the Pilosopo podcast is brought to you by our good friends from Filipino Homes. Also, we'd also like to thank our good friends from the Dessert Factory. Thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. You take care.